You better now?
Yeah, I'm better.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I can see your voice is yeah, it's improved now as well. So the phlegm is gone. That cold phlegm is gone.
Yes.
Okay, good, good. Were you working today?
And no,
No.
I will start the next month.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were starting. You're starting to. Oh, you're starting in the school, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next week. Oh no, sorry, next
Mm,
month.
next month. Yes.
Ah, okay. Right. And are you prepared mentally? Are you prepared to teach as well?
And yes, now they are in um, training, training us.
All
We
right.
are we are many, like 200.
200.
Yes, but because it's for all the country. No, yes, it's a program for all the country. But
Okay.
in this part of this state, we will be like 200 teachers.
Right. And okay, so they're training you online?
Yes, online.
Okay. Okay. Right. And how long is the training?
Um, it will be 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Okay, very good. And what are they training? What kind of training they are giving you? Like,
Yeah, like how to be a teacher. Yeah.
so tell me how can you be a teacher? So please
Yeah.
tell me something about that.
Yeah, that for example, that we have to create communication like channel.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, and
Don't hit the students.
yeah, for sure.
That
Yeah, always be kind and
uh-huh,
respectful.
respectful.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and yeah, tips that it's maybe are obviously, but they have to be like strong,
Strict.
like
Well,
strict with like mark the point that you have to
y-
be kind.
okay. Yeah, they have to point out the obvious. Like, they have
Yeah.
to, yeah, make sure you. Of course, like everyone knows that, but yeah, they just want to. Yeah, they give you too much. It's too much information. Like, isn't it? Like it's
Yes, it is.
when you start a job, or when you go to a new place, there is always a lot of information, right?
Right.
Hmm. um okay. And so you're doing the training every day, or is it like a weekly based, or
No, it's every way, every day
okay.
in the mornings. It's
Okay,
at mornings. It's in or at morning. In the morning.
it's in the mornings, yeah.
In the mornings.
Hmm. And how long is the training, like in the morning, for how long?
9 to 1.
4 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's little hard.
Yeah.
Little hard. It's a little hard.
Well, it's not. Why is why? Yeah, you have to sit down and listen
Mm.
to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm, not difficult. It's hard to.
it's hard to sit down for 4 hours.
Yeah.
that's the that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you are, if you are teaching, then obviously you are you are doing something, you know, whether you are talking or whether you are, you know, you are doing something physically as well, you know, so you are involved, you know, physically you are involved with something. So but if you are just a listener, yes, it can be difficult sometimes just to sit down, and unless it's a Marvel movie, you can sit down for 4 hours to watch a Marvel movie. But if it's not, then it's difficult.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They are showing you like videos, or is it just one person talking?
yeah. There are different persons talking like every day, like 6 or 5 person with a different topic every person.
Ooh, 5 or 6 like instructors.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And are they all from Mexico, or do you have like
No,
or
they are all from Mexico. Yeah,
okay.
no international.
Yeah, I suppose yeah, because obviously with kids in the school you're going to be talking in Spanish, so obviously that is but like now of course you can teach English as well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the basics.
The basics, yeah, you can teach basics, the grammar and things like that. And this is the problem, like this is, I think, one of the biggest challenges, you know, when you're learning English, especially if you come from a language or if you come from a background where you don't use like auxiliary verbs and things like that, it can be challenging. Like in Spanish, obviously, we don't have auxiliary verbs, and it takes a lot of time to understand how to use simple auxiliary verbs like do or does, or you know, is, mr, so things like that. So yeah, it can be, I think this is the biggest challenge in the beginning, to understand that. um, but for you, I think it's okay, you understand now you understand everything, like basic structure, you know, of tenses and things like that, right?
Yes, yes, the basics. Yes,
Yeah.
many years I have been studying.
Mm. But this, yeah, this is I mean, I can only give you my example, because uh, you know, I was, you know, in your shoes, like I was really struggling with this language. And but the thing is, if you really sit down, buckle up, and you know, you really want to learn that language, it only takes about 6 to 8 months to understand the whole structure. Now, when I say 6 to 8 months, it doesn't mean that you're going to speak the language in 6 to 8 months. No, it just means that now you have this understanding, clear picture of the
Of the
language. So
structure.
let's use that information and let's practice. Then you can just think all the time, think in English, think in, you know, you have to have that mindset all the time. And like in my case, it took me 2 years to reach to that level where I am today. So in 2 years, I was communicating with other people fluently. So yeah, but
Mm.
I was believe me, I was spending about 2 hours, 3 hours after school. I was spending 2 hours, 3 hours every day to practice and things like that. So yeah, you have to you have to you have to respect the process, you know, and spend time. Anyway, so last time we were talking about passive.
Yeah.
Okay. Any doubts or any questions? Did you do some exercise or no?
Yes,
Okay.
I did the exercise 43.
Okay. Let
21.
me share my screen just to start up. So I'm just going to clear that. And let's see, 43, right?
Right.
Okay. Oh, yes, this one.
But
So
I almost fail all the sentences.
you couldn't make them, or you couldn't?
I did it, but I didn't. I did it wrong.
Okay. Okay. Well, we will check now. Do you want to share your screen, or how do you want to, or do you just want to
No,
give me the answers?
it's okay with the answer.
Okay, so we can check here in we can check here on my screen. Okay, so let's start with number 3, right? This one.
Right.
Okay.
For example, I know that it's the verb made because they are making a decision. But how could I know if it's have or be or
Right. Okay. Actually, I think I okay. Let me give you uh, let me give you an insight into this modal verb structure. So we were looking at or we looked at present simple, present continuous, and the other tenses, right?
right?
When we use modal verbs, okay, so the structure is a little bit different. Well, it's basically it's the structure for modal verbs. So whenever you use modal verbs, we use the verb to be to go into the passive structure, right? So for example, let's say if I give you this sentence, I will clean my room. Okay. So again, we have, if we go back to the main structure, this is present, future simple. So you have your subject and then you have your object, right? Okay. So what happens with modal verbs is that, again, we follow the same structure. We bring this object first. So we say my room, then you have your auxiliary verb will. So my room will, we use an extra verb now, be. And then your normal structure again, where you change your verb into the third form. So my room will be cleaned. Now, if you want to include the object, by me. Right? So whenever we have modal verbs, so for example, let's say if you want to use can, if you want to use might, if you want to use could, must, let's say should. So all these modal verbs, whenever we go in the passive, we use an extra verb be and then the same structure, right? So let's say, give me an example with can. Let's try and think of a real example, like from maybe real world. So think about a real world example.
I can't walk my dog if it's raining.
Okay, I can't walk my dog. Okay, I was thinking more about I was thinking maybe the world, or the right now
Business.
we have a pandemic going on, so
Okay, okay.
this, you you are talking about your dog because it's raining, so uh, so think about, like, okay, think about the pandemic situation.
Okay, I can't party the weekends because pandemic.
Okay. No,
Or
that's not correct. That's not gonna happen. So, um, okay. Think in terms of pandemic and then vaccination.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm, I with can or any.
Yeah, with can.
I can I can travel to other countries if I am vaccinated.
If I'm vaccinated.
Yes.
Again, it's not possible to change all the, or it's not actually ideal to
Okay,
change
okay.
all the active sentences. Okay, I'm going to give you the example. So what I was looking for. Okay.
Simple. Okay.
So what I was looking for, something like, right now the government cannot vaccinate all the people. Okay. Right now, the government cannot vaccinate all the people. So I was thinking more like this example. Okay. So let's go to, okay, let's change this. So,
Okay. All the people uh, have with can.
okay. So again, we are going to use the same.
All the people can't
Okay. Can't.
be vaccinated
Okay.
by the
Correct. By the government. Or you can, so remember, you can leave this last part, because who is responsible, who has the responsibility to vaccinate people is the government. So
Yes.
you can leave the last part. If you want to include, it's possible. So you can say all the people can't be vaccinated. You can just say right now.
Okay.
Okay. Or all the people cannot be vaccinated by the government. So again, if it's important, if this part is important, yes, we can include that part in our communication. But if it's not, we can leave it out. Okay. And again, just same structure. So you have the modal verb, and then you use another verb, and then you use the third form. Okay, let's think about another real life example with might.
I'm nice. I might travel.
you are really worried about yourself. Okay.
But for other people, okay.
It's
They they might, or what could be? Yeah, China might be in troubles. Might be in troubles with the raining,
with the
with the raining, with the rain.
rain.
Yeah,
Oh,
there a lot of
oh, right, right,
water.
right. The floods, because of the flood. Again, can you? We have to, see if we have to see if that's possible. Like, can we now remember again? Like, it's not ideal to change any active sentence in passive, because if it makes sense in active, why would you change it in passive? But it's more about when the subject is more significant, like it's in this case, for example, all the people. Yeah, right. This is more significant, like what happens to the people, or whatever happens to these people, or whatever the action is taking place, why is it taking place, and who is responsible for that action. So sometimes it's not ideal, like you can keep some sentences inactive, or, well, if you don't need to really change it, why would you change it? So what I was thinking here, something like, let's say, think about an example here. I'm trying to think in a real world situation. Okay, so the heavy, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this one. So the heavy floods might destroy Chinese economy, right?
Yes.
The heavy floods might destroy Chinese economy. Now, I can, because I can change it in passive, because we are already talking about the floods. So we already have that information. So in this case, I don't need to talk about the floods again and again and again, right? So we can leave it out, and we can just go in the passive, and we can talk about, now we can talk about this subject. So we can bring it in passive. So let's say Chinese economy. Okay. What's next?
Chinese economy. Have.
No. Remember, you are using the same modal verb.
Chinese economy might be destroyed by floods.
Yeah. Might be destroyed by heavy floods. Again, because you already have this information, you already know about the floods. So why would we talk about the flood again and again? So we can just leave it out, and we can say Chinese economy might be destroyed, right? Okay. So going back to the example of newspapers. So let's go to the newspaper again, and see what we have today. Okay, so the first news is list of 16 sectors where workers may be exempt from COVID isolation revealed. Okay, let's just go into this. Let's just go and see what we have in this one. So in this case, or in the news, basically they are talking about 16 sectors where workers may be exempt from. Do you understand this part? May be exempt?
No.
So it means they don't need to need to be included. So let me just go into the translation to make it clear. So what is exempt? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, excused, or is that a common word in Mexico? Exenta?
Exento for the taxes is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for taxes, or even like if you are supposed to take part in some activity, you may be exempt from that activity, right?
So exam or for exam in the school.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So workers may be exempt from isolation, so they don't need to be isolated, basically, right? Okay, so let's see what we have in this. The examples where fully vaccinated workers may be exempt from isolation. Is that told to quarantine? Okay, the first is here. Remember which passive it is?
They are told. It's present simple.
Present simple, correct. Yeah, they are told. So this is the first example. Let's see if we have example of modal verbs. So basically these are all the sectors, right? Medicine, essential transport, chemicals, and all the, so these are just some examples. Okay, not in this one. Vaccinated. So again, we have another example of present simple, who are fully vaccinated, right? So again, who is responsible, or I mean, who is responsible for the vaccination? Is the doctors or the nurses or the medical staff, right? So the workers who are fully vaccinated. Okay, they would publish a list, would be exempt, but there is so far nothing more specific. Okay.
Will be open.
Limited number of named workers, critical service. They are only intended to run. This is one vaccination country set to take off. Take to effect. Workers have also been. So which one is this?
This is perfect. Present perfect.
Present perfect, correct. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I don't really see any modal verb examples here. Anyway, so you can see that there we still have like a lot of information like in passive, right? Okay, and if I come across any sentences with modal verbs, I will let you know. But you see them all the time. You see them in again, like you whenever you're reading on a newspaper, or whenever you're watching some kind of program, you will see some examples of that as well.
Okay.
This is another example, word to be included. You can actually use this this structure, be included. You can actually use this structure with was and were as well. Okay, so we will talk about this after the modal verbs, but you can also use it with was and were. Excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, there you go. One example would be published. So we have this. Okay, so this is the modal verb with the verb to be, and then the third form of verb. So the expectation was that this list would be published on Thursday. Published by who? We don't know. Maybe by government, maybe by the some other organization, or but we don't really care about that part. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Let's go back. Now it's same for all other examples or all other modal verbs. So if you are using must, it's the same thing. Normally whenever you are like whenever you are working in a company or something, normally they use this all the time. They say it must be done as soon as possible, right?
Yes.
So we don't care who does the job, but it must be done as soon as possible. So they always use this in passive. Okay, so let's go back to the exercise and see. So in this case, a decision. Okay, now what do you think is the answer?
A decision will not be made until the next meeting.
Correct. Yeah. So a decision will not be made until the next meeting. That's correct. Okay. The next.
These documents are important. They should always be kept.
Be kept. Kept. Yeah. So they should always be kept safe or in a safe place. Correct. Very good. Okay. Next one.
This road, it's in a bad condition. It should be repaired.
It should be
repaired.
So which verb we have here? No, that's wrong.
Repair. This road is in bad condition. It should have.
Okay, remember, sometimes you need would have, might have. Can you see the difference? We are going in the past, right? So in that case, remember, it's it's more like it's a situation in the past, so or we have to describe that situation accordingly. So we are using the time frame in the past, so therefore we have to make sure we change this part. In the first part, of this structure in the past as well.
It should have been repaid.
Correct. Very good. So let's go to the translation. So yes, so when something was supposed to be done in the past, right? When someone didn't do their job. So in that case, you use, obviously, it's your opinion. So you use should. So it should have been repaired a long time ago. Now, because we are using the auxiliary verb have, in this case, we change the normal verb be in third form as well, been, right? Because normally, if you are talking about present or the future, in this case, we only use the verb to be. So for example, I should, or let's say this road should be repaired, right? So this is my opinion, but it's the opinion in present or projecting the future. This road should be repaired, right? But this one, because we are going in the past and the structure is this, we have to make sure we use the correct form of verb as well.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's go to the next one. Okay.
Then you.
The injured
man couldn't walk and had to be had to be carried.
had to be carried. Yeah. Okay, good. So again, just to clear this. By the way, sorry, because my last student, she was using the same link. The connection will terminate, okay? Maybe within 1 second, just log back in, yeah?
It's okay.
So the injured man had to be carried to the hospital.